see now the formation. We expect it to be a 4-4-2 from the Andalusians. As mentioned, Ledesma starts in goal. The back four is of Acapo, Cala, Mauro and Espino. Augusto and Garrido return to the 11, as well as Alejo and Pombo. And Malpasic leads the line alongside Lozano. In fact, that front six completely revamped for this game. As Acapo and Cala are the other two changes. They come in to the defense. It was mentioned as well by both of the assistant managers before kickoff that this being the third game in roughly a week, if not 10 days or so, rotations were a must. And in fact, most of the players who've come into the 11 today for Álvaro Cervera's side have hardly featured this season. So we will see how they do. And the points matter more arguably than at any other point in the season. Cadiz are going to get this game underway all in yellow this afternoon, attacking from right to left, and Real Valladolid in their home kit of white and purple from left to right. First foul drawn there on Lucas Solaza from Alejo. This also is a chance for both sets of players who come into this team today to show their managers that they can give a lot to the team for these final games in the season. There's the foul from Alejo, just catching the Uruguayan left-back Lucas Solaza in the face. Joaquin happy to lay it off back to Roberto, today making his 11th appearance, therefore 11th start as well this season in La Liga Santander. Joined Real Valladolid last summer, spent the season at Deportivo Alavés. So we see the foul Garrido, the Cadiz captain, back in the starting 11 today, replacing Jose Mari, wearing the captain's armband. Valladolid, they managed to rescue a point late on against Elche midweek at the Martínez Valero. They were trailing in that game for over half an hour or so, and with 5 minutes left to play, Lucas Solaza scored his first goal for Real Valladolid to rescue a point late on. Today, however, as we saw earlier, Elche were able this time around to hold on to their lead and beat Levante at home. Valladolid, after that game, in fact, the words of Olaza himself were that their side were very disappointed that they should have picked up all 3 points. As we see Sergio González, the Real Valladolid manager, Cadiz, they lost 3-0 at home to Real Madrid, conceding 3 goals in a space of 10 minutes after conceding a penalty half an hour into the game. But despite that result, that man's side, Álvaro Cervera, really have played well over their last few matches. Cadiz have in fact only lost 2 of their last 7 La Liga games, and those 2 defeats were against Villarreal and Real Madrid. 2 of the sides in the top parts of the table. Pombo takes this free kick, chipping it into the box, dealt with by the defence. Orellana on the turn, calmly playing it out wide. Marcos André is another player with a point to prove this afternoon. This is his first start since match day 15 against Barcelona. So here at the José Zorrilla, most of those through injury, 12 games to be precise, he's missed through injury. He's featured in the last 3 matches off the bench as a substitute. Today given the chance to start for Los Pucelanos. Luis Perez inches forward but couldn't lay off the pass as well as he would have liked, under pressure there. None other than Malpasic, the striker, helping out in defence for Cadiz. So we have a giveaway, a throw-in for Espino to take. Fano just heading Putting that one out of play himself. He's been in a similar situation to the opposing striker Marcos André. Also missed a few games through injury this campaign. And quite a few at that. Today starts replacing Álvaro Negredo. Valladolid trying to push forward down the right-hand side now. The cross coming in tight at the front post, and Ledesma is there to pick it up. Well, to catch that just ahead of Sean Weissman. Really is a game of returns today for the majority of these players on the pitch. Yamik. He's an off for Joaquin. We'll see as well how both of these sides approach this game, as we are only 5 minutes into the matchup. Could argue out of the two, Real Valladolid are far more desperate in need of the 3 points. Probably won't change their game plan. Very tight to the back with the ball over the top here. The shot on target as well. Good effort from Oscar Plano. Ledesma forcing the save. Did well to let that ball drop and hit it very, very nicely. But the final touch came off Weissman. In fact, it might be as well called off. Offside. Would have been very tight. There's the shot. Straight on target. He is a big figure. Jeremías Ledesma. That is the clearest chance of the game. It was Weissman who had the last touch, therefore no corner. Early scenes of intent here from Real Valladolid. Lafa. Chilean winger. A heavy touch by Alcaraz, but he was eventually fouled by Garrido. Mitchell, the captain, over the ball. Orellana comes to join him. Himself has featured mostly as a substitute over the last few games, but very rarely misses a matchup. Chips this ball in, looking for Marcos André. Spino doing just enough to put him off inside the box. As Ledesma goes for the long kick, it's brought down here by Pombo, who seemingly just keeps it in play. Eventually it is pulled back by Mr. Álvaro Rojas. The question is as well of if there was a foul in trying to get to that ball. It's a very good long goal kick there from Ledesma. It seems though that Cadiz will be sticking to their guns for this one and sitting deep as always, holding on to the ball. It's how they play best, and it's how they've got to where they are in the table. Very impressive for the newly promoted side. Picked up some very important results this season overall. Returning to the top flight after a 14-year absence. Do not seem jaded at all. Promoted after finishing second in LALIGA Smartbank last season. And in fact, most of the squad of players that we have in front of you today. Spino tries to fend off Weissman. This cross will definitely not find a teammate. It's easy pickings for Ledesma. During that game against Real Madrid for Cadiz, there were questions about their fitness levels, as it did seem that they were quite leggy and tired in that matchup, despite being able to at least hold off Real Madrid for half an hour. Cervera did warn everyone in the build-up to this game that there would be rotations. Considering that Ledesma is the goalkeeper, only the two outfield players of Mauro and Espino have kept their place from the last game. Just goes to show how important it is to have a competitive squad. The long clearance doesn't find Lozano. It's a good jump from El Yamic. You can see there the new equivalent in these current times of the substitutes bench. It's the stands here at the José Zorrilla Stadium. Distance under the protocols of COVID-19 as Alejo tries to play in this cross now. Dealt with very easily by El Yamic. Alejo again down by the corner flag. Does very well there to win the first corner of the game. 10 minutes on the clock as it comes off Lucas Olaza. Set to whip this one into the box. Quite a few players back here as well for Real Valladolid. Corner's played to the front post. Lozano with a diving header. Straight out of play. Honduran striker Anthony Lozano. Cadiz last season in the second tier of Spanish football, but that move became permanent from Girona during the summer after Cadiz secured promotion. In fact, quite a few players who were on loan at Cadiz last season. It's Oscar Plano as well to pick out Orellana out wide in the box now. The Chilean with a good chip across the goal, drops for Weissman, and a save there from Ledesma. A brilliant hand, but it drops now on the edge of the box. Still not cleared. Alcaraz picked up again by Weissman. And Espino eventually clears away the ball. The flag is up now for offside. What a chance that was for Sean Weissman. Would have been a great way to mark his return to the 11. Ledesma is still down after getting caught by someone there. A lot of bodies inside the box. Orellana with a great chip to the back post, chested down by Weissman, who got there just ahead of Juan Cala, catching it on the volley. And there we see three players, Plano, Marcos Andre and Weissman offside. Lovely chip with the outside of the boot from Orellana. Might have in fact come straight off the face of Ledesma. As we see it here, lovely first touch. Indeed it is. Heavy blow there for the Argentinian goalkeeper, but did very well to keep that chance out. Valladolid, two clear-cut chances already in this game. So there we see quickly the Cadiz substitutes for today's game. The camera focusing on the veteran Álvaro Negredo. They actually do not have a midweek game coming up. Valladolid do, however. They play on Wednesday at San Mamés against Athletic Club, as they didn't feature a couple of match days ago. Athletic Club are playing in the Copa del Rey final against Barcelona. Therefore, as well on Thursday, Barcelona will be playing Granada after that matchup. Games played, everything will be all square in the La Liga Santander table. But for Real Valladolid, should they be able to pick up 3 points today and 3 points midweek, they would jump from 17th place, from 18th place all the way up to 15th in the table, depending on how other results go as well for them this weekend. Sandré. again for Weissman on the edge of the box. The chip forward for Plano. Still Oscar Plano. And that's the opener. Oscar Plano. Just under 50 minutes into the game. It's been coming for Los Pucelanos. It's a deserved lead for the hosts. Oscar Plano with his 4th goal of the season. And it was a very nice ball in behind, splitting the defence in half. And Ledesma was already kept out 2 very good efforts to deny Real Valladolid the opener. There's nothing he can do about that one. 3rd time's a charm. And Real Valladolid take the lead at home against Cadiz. See Weissman asking for the ball, clearly onside. So is Plano here. Fends off Espino. Goes round Ledesma. And on his left foot, just puts it under the keeper. Real Valladolid deservedly in the lead. Great assist though from Sean Weissman. Checking his line there. Roberto Pereira, Álvaro Cervera's assistant, asking for, I think, a foul in the build-up to that goal that's not going to come. That all clearly voicing his opinion towards his players, who probably should have done a bit better there to deal with that pass from Weissman. Goal to stand at the José Zorrilla. It's Álvaro Cervera who's giving instructions to his side and clearly venting his frustrations, although his side do have a set piece here to whip into the box. It's going to be Capo, the right back, in charge of possibly playing this one straight into the box. Roberto hasn't had anything to do yet since returning to the starting 11 this afternoon, as the cross is a very poor one, picked off by Oscar Plano, and maybe a chance for a counter-attack here for Valladolid. Orellana lays it off now for Lucas Perez. Plaza. Now Cadiz yet again very well organised, back in position, back in place. We have the surprising possession stats. Nearly 70% for Real Valladolid. They're normally not used to having this much of the ball. So far they've made that possession count. It's a very positive start though for Sergio González's side, as history tells us that this has always been a very tough game for Real Valladolid. They've only won 2 of their last 15 in all competitions against Cadiz. Orellana once again now in the box. Espino just drops down there. It's picked up by Alcaraz. His pass across, and Juan Cala is there to deal with it. Clears away the danger. Cadiz do seem very nervous at the back, something we don't usually say about the Yellow Submarine. Clearly on the front foot early doors here. As you can see as well, a number of passes. Garrido has completed the only pass he's attempted today so far. Alcaraz already made 13 more. And the Cadiz midfielder, Luis Perez, looking to take this throw in now. It's Plano. It's Weissman in support. Not fully dealt with by the defence yet again. Picked up inside the box, and Weissman's effort ricochets off the defender. And now it's Cadiz who might think about a counter-attack. Lozano linking up with Pombo. Malbasic can't pick out a teammate. This time though, does find Pombo. Espino out wide on the left. This cross comes off Joaquin Fernandez. His nose taped up after taking a very heavy blow straight to the face in stoppage time, in fact, against Elche in their last matchup. But it's a good run forward now for Real Valladolid. Marcos André 1-on-3 and just lost his footing there, probably not completely convinced of his own ability for one little moment there. Didn't really know what to do as he was surrounded by yellow shirts. He did have Sean Weissman in support. That could be a possible chance wasted. So we're about to reach the 20th minute mark at the José Zorrilla. Michel, the Valladolid captain, organising positioning of his teammates as well to pick out Lucas Olaza. Orellana again on the turn. Gets the better of Augusto Fernandez, who has to give away the foul. The two 35-year-olds there clashing. Orellana and Augusto Fernandez. It's going to be Orellana himself, it seems, to take this set piece. Try and put it into a dangerous area. Capo Analejo. Seems to be a two-man wall set up by Ledesma. Orellana looking for the back post. The header there, eventually coming from Joaquin, and another save made by Ledesma. The chances are coming thick and fast for Los Pucelanos. Pombo nearly getting away on the counter-attack. It was a good sliding tackle from Oscar Plano in defence. To cut that one out, we'll have to have another look at it, but initially the header coming from Joaquin. And the second effort, I believe, from Sean Weissman. Not an exaggeration, Valladolid could very easily be 3 or 4-0 up already, 20 minutes into this game. So we just get to see there the setup of the 4-4-2 formation for Cadiz. But it's one back in the middle of the park now for the visitors. Pombo still inching forward again, looks for Lozano. He can't shift it onto his right foot and take the shot. It's well covered by Joaquin Fernandez. Eventually as well, concedes a throw-in. Álvaro Cervera looking quite concerned on the touchline. Sergio, rightfully so, a bit more relaxed today, despite the high-pressure situation that Real Valladolid are in at this point in the season. So far with this lead, they do get out once again of the bottom three. They didn't start today in the relegation zone, but as mentioned, after that victory by Elche, they did drop into the relegation zone just ahead of Huesca and Eibar. Results so far, it's Alaves who'll drop back into the relegation zone. They'll play Valencia later on today. New lease of life under Javi Calleja for El Glorioso, as they also attempt to keep their place in the top flight for next season in La Liga Santander. Now midway through first half here, this game between Real Valladolid and Cadiz. Garrido. Alejo as well to get round down the right-hand side. His cross comes in, looking for Lozano, and El Yamik, really with the first heavy clearance he's had to make so far this afternoon, as well to get rid of the danger. Spino puts it down for Cadiz. Augusto Fernandez picks up with a capo. Alejo again down on the right-hand side, one-on-one against Olaza. Gets round the left back. His cross eventually does come in and picked up by Roberto. Already the result is an improvement on the reverse fixture between these two sides. It ended 0-0 at the Ramón de Carranza earlier on in the season. In fact, the last 5 games in the top flight between these two sides have all ended in draws. The last side to win a fixture in the top flight between these two was Cadiz. That was back in 1990. but they won 2-1 here at the José Zorrilla. Both of these two sides have faced off more recently, though, in the second-tier Spanish football, but at least that's the record they have in the top flight, as Malbasic has given away a foul here. Serbian forward. It's in a fine performance last weekend against Celta, albeit a goalless draw. So this is the chance that we didn't get to see earlier on. The header from Joaquin. Ledesma can't parry it away, and it's Weissman again with another shot that is saved by the face of Jeremías Ledesma, his fourth save of the afternoon. To pick out a teammate. His cross comes into the far post. It's dealt with again. Headed though forward by Joaquin. Ball now. Luis Perez. Michel. Andre asking for the ball there. Real Valladolid can feel slightly comfortable in the game. Obviously, with only a 1-0 scoreline, this game is far from finished, but it is fair to say that without a doubt they've had the control of this game so far. El Yamik. Lovely diagonal ball for Luis Perez, who just fails to keep it in play. Wasn't really under that much pressure from the Cadiz left back Espino. Should have done a bit. Just see now the intentions from Real Valladolid, how high they are pressing up the pitch. Brought down by Lozano. Ball touch himself now. It's another throw in. Season so far for Real Valladolid. They managed to finish 13th last season in La Liga. Even at one point there were very small discussions that maybe they could even challenge for a European position based on a very positive run of games that they went on. Some very good results. I don't think they'll be finishing that high at the table this season. We will see. Should they win today and midweek? Espino giving away the foul now. Just catching Oscar Plano right in the face. Aggressive effort there, has to be said, from the left back, catching in fact with the elbow to Oscar Plano. Espino sees the yellow card. That means that he will.
So hey guys, thank you so much for watching this live stream. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Please don't miss out to hit the notification bell as well, because I'll be doing the podcast for all the La Liga matches. We have the Champions League also coming up, so don't miss out on those matches. If you don't have La Liga being broadcasted in your country, then you can simply subscribe to my channel, because I do the podcasting with the ball tracking, so that you get all the live information and we can have a lot of discussion with the football.
No one dealing with it. All the Cadiz players in a diagonal line there.
My name is Mayank and this is Sports.
Just looking at the ball. Lafa picks out Michel. Cross to the far post. As far as Espino. This pass picked off by Joaquin. Real Valladolid can start again. Once again there for the centre half. Chip over the top. Bit of an optimistic pass looking for Marcos André. Yana on the turn, but was just clipped there by Acapo. Acapo, the right back, only making his 9th appearance of the season. And only his 6th start as well. Not started a game in the top flight since November. Featured much this season for Cadiz, as Álvaro Cervera really has relied on mostly only a group of 13, 14 players in and out of the team. As Orellana plays in this cross and the header over the bar. Joaquin again getting there ahead of all of his teammates, jumping higher than everyone else. Had he kept that header down, probably would have been seeing a number 2 adding on to that scoreline. Completely unmarked. It was a very good run. In fact, it comes off his shoulder, no less. Very far. The bar and into the stands as we reach now the half-an-hour mark in the game. Cadiz yet to register even a shot off target here. And just as I say that, Lozano puts the shot over the bar. Didn't really have much time to think. Just dropped for him and tried his luck. This is the goal that separates these two sides. Again, it's a good finish from Plano, but the goal is nothing without the pass from Sean Weissman. Oscar Plano level now with Sean Weissman on 4 goals this season. Orellana is in fact the top goal scorer on 5 this campaign. The majority of those goals have been penalties, but they all count. Oscar Plano will wriggle his way through the defence now as Pombo picks up the second ball. Failed to lift up his head and ran into a roadblock. And that facial expression from Álvaro Cervera says it all. It's been an awkward season for Pombo. This is only his 10th appearance. His first start since October as well. It's a common scenario for Cadiz. Most of the changes that have come in haven't really made more than 10 or so appearances this season. But for Pombo in particular, he started the first 4 games of the season and then hasn't started a game since. Has featured occasionally off the bench. We have seen moments here today where he's had the ball at his feet and instead of just trying to calm things down and pick out a pass, just starts running forward on the counter-attack, not seeing what he has in front of him. He's already run into the defence on more than one occasion. Picks out Espino. Picked off nicely by Oscar Plano. Already done a lot in defence this afternoon. Lozano on the turn, gets around El Yamik. Picks out Alejo. The cross on the right-hand side is a good ball in, but no takers inside the 6-yard box. Always say that every time you play a cross into the box, try and aim for the 6-yard box, and no takers there. So we have another look here, the tactical point of view of the goal from Real Valladolid. It's a very nice build-up all the way from midfield, a lot of space there. There's enough for Michel. He starts today ahead of Roque Mesa, who's featured in the majority of the last few games. Sean over the advertising board to not fall over. Really trying to get on the end of that pass. Still results though in a goal kick for Ledesma. To Roberto, it was an awkward pass. Eventually though, only picked up by Roberto. Constantly following Marcos André. Definitely one of the most technically gifted players in the Valladolid squad. As mentioned earlier on, he's had a tough season in terms of fitness. There's the foul though on Pombo. Spino, set piece duty. Quite a heavy pass indeed. Really looking for Alejo. It's just been constant in the dugout. Sense of frustration for Álvaro Cervera. Cervera, in fact, as a manager, has only won one of his 7 games against Valladolid in all competitions. That was a 1-0 victory at the Ramón de Carranza in 2017. In the second tier of Spanish football. It was in fact the season that Real Valladolid got promoted back to La Liga. That is the only win against Valladolid for Álvaro Cervera. Final 10 minutes of this first period. Frustrating times for Cadiz at the José Zorrilla. Real Valladolid, despite having really 5 clear-cut chances, taking one of them in the opening 25 minutes or so. They've dropped their intensity slightly. But the half-time break can't really come any quicker for the Yellow Submarine. Slightly running out of ideas when they pick up the ball. This could be a consequence of so many players that haven't featured for quite some time having to perform. It's been brought down again by Pombo on the turn, as well to laid off for Espino, the left back. He tries his luck from distance, and the shot was always going wide, dragged it slightly. Ball kick for Roberto. At least tried to create chances, Pombo, trying to create something for the visitors. He's in fact only scored once this season. Pombo, that was back on match day 2. Scored a 2-0 win away to Huesca until El Coraz. Just a quick look there at Jordi Masip. Assume is the regular #1 goalkeeper at Real Valladolid, but today starts on the bench. Roberto was in the team, in fact, before he picked up COVID. Hadn't featured in the last 3 games. Jordi Masip stepping up to the plate, but now losing his place yet again in between the sticks for Los Pucelanos. Kick now for Cadiz goalkeeper Jeremías Ledesma to try and deal with, but it's a very poor effort from Orellana. As we see there, the attacks so far in this game from Real Valladolid, 9 of them coming down this near right-hand side, mostly from Luis Pérez and Oscar Plano. Against the Espino so far. Cadiz. Pérez clears his lines. Bombo. Throws the ball out wide nicely for Alejo. Now he tries to get down to the byline to play the cross. Has to turn around under pressure from Olaza. Still Alejo. Left-footed cross this time. Clearance only as far as Garrido. Espino again to the back post with his chip shot. Olaza happy to send that one into the stands. Fano just keeps it in play. Could not get a corner, which is what he was trying to do. It's Orellana with the clearance, and that's something that Sergio González has his side very well drilled. Orellana and Oscar Plano, the two wingers really, nearly playing as fullbacks when in defence. The two midfielders, Michel and Alcaraz, dropping deep as well. Mancala inches forward but is caught there. And Marcos André. Mancala, he's one of the 8 players who come into the 11 this afternoon. Goes out wide yet again. This time the cross does hit the net. On the top of it, straight out for a goal kick. Final minutes of this first 45. Real Valladolid 1-0 up at home against Cadiz. Oscar Plano with the goal. Real Valladolid could very easily be ahead by a much wider margin. Yamek. Rafa. For Michel. Yamek again. Caraz. Looking for Weissman, but it's a good turn here from Marcos André, and then got the pass wrong. Orellana is clearly not happy with himself, the positioning there of his teammates, but it was a poor execution of the pass as his manager looks on. Again, just a bit too heavy for Marcos André. He's found the back of the net 3 times this season. In fact, he found them in 3 consecutive games, but that was towards the end of last year, before he picked up that injury against Barcelona. Caraz. Turn again. Joaquin. Near to no intensity in the press for Cadiz. Lozano and Malbasic watching the ball go by. Orellana with a good first touch for Marcos André. And his pass took a deflection. Trying to find Oscar Plano. Much better there from the Brazilian forward. Some support there by his captain, Michel. That gets Real Valladolid's first corner of the game. Only the second of the matchup. Final 90 seconds of regular time. Ledesma, by far the Cadiz player with most work to do so far in this first 45. goes. There's a few players in the box for Real Valladolid as it's played in. The header at the back post. Orellana looking to get round Alejo. Does just that down to the byline. And indeed, gets another corner. Alejo being beaten for pace there by the veteran Orellana. Formerly of Celta, Eibar, Valencia, others. He's going to be the one to play this corner. Made in tight and narrow to the front post. Just a touch there from Marcos André, but it wasn't enough to help it over the line. Does get another corner, but it's a very good ball in. And Ledesma should have done better there. He was going straight on target, credit to Orellana, but Ledesma gave Marcos André a chance to make it 2 just before the break. Another corner, Orellana, similar to the front post now. This time, Ledesma makes no mistakes. And before he can clear it, the referee, Mr. Alvaro La Rojas, blows his whistle for the end of the first half. No stoppage time is to be added on. The goal from that man, Oscar Plano, is the difference. That came just before the 15th minute in the game. A lovely pass in behind from Sean Weissman. But overall, Real Valladolid have dominated this first 45. They had nearly 5 clear-cut chances, only taking the 1. And they really could very easily be 3-4 up at the break. Cadiz yet to really offer anything in attack, and you can notice the 8 changes that man Álvaro Cervera has made in this game. It is half-time at the José Zorrilla Stadium. Real Valladolid 1-0 up against Cadiz.
Live a season without a script, improvised by protagonists who rehearse non-stop. It's not fiction, it's not a thriller, it's something much bigger. And after 90 seasons, the excitement is still intact in La Liga Santander and La Liga Smart Bank. It's not football, it's La Liga.
Welcome back to the José Zorrilla Stadium in Valladolid. It is half-time in this game between Valladolid and Cadiz of matchday 32 in La Liga Santander. Los Pucelanos, Real Valladolid are in the lead 1-0 so far, but it definitely could have been more in the initial 45 minutes here. Cadiz, who have made a massive number of changes for this game, really finding it very uncomfortable in the matchup. They've only had one shot so far, and that went very far over the bar, came from Anthony Lozano. Real Valladolid easily have had 5 shots on target. Arguably 3 of those really should have been goals, but still kept out by some very good saves by Jeremías Ledesma, by far Cadiz's best player so far, and that says all you need to know about the first 45. We still have the second half here to play, about to kick off as well. Both sets of players in the tunnel and set to return to the field. Cedric González himself has made changes. He's made 6 this afternoon, compared to the side that drew 1-1 away to Elche midweek. So far with this victory, they would get out of the bottom 3. They have to hold on to that lead. They are, in fact, yet to keep a clean sheet here at home this season. Real Valladolid. Cadiz will probably have something to say about that in this second 45. The side in white and purple, Real Valladolid now take to the field. Don't expect really any changes, at least from the hosts going into the second half. Joaquin had in fact a couple of chances himself in the first 45 as Cadiz now follow suit. Today all in yellow. Just saw quickly there Jose Mari didn't look set to come on, as Weissman just has a quick conversation with Oscar Plano. They were the two that linked up, in fact, for the goal. 15 minutes into the game, a lovely pass in behind from Sean Weissman, and very well, nicely placed finish from Oscar Plano to score his 4th goal of the season. The official, Mr. Álvaro La Rojas, set to get this game back up and running. Pombo definitely the attacker for Cadiz, that at least tried to get his side on the front foot, but really struggled. Very well organized as well in defense. Real Valladolid. We'll see what effects first 45 has now on the second half. No changes made by either manager. Augusto Fernandez. There we can see the Argentinian midfielder just warming up. 35-year-old, only his 10th appearance of the season this afternoon. Real Valladolid are going to get this second half underway. Playing in their white and purple, attacking from right to left for this second half. Cadiz, all yellow, left to right. Roberto sending the ball long, looking for Sean Weissman. Passing behind Alejo, looking to chase El Yamik, just heading that one back to Roberto. Already pushing a little bit higher up the pitch. Cadiz so far. This second 45. Keen. Turn has to be careful there of the press from Malbasic. Just failing to keep that one in play. It's going to be a throw-in for Cadiz. See some of the players warming up in Sobrino, definitely one of the likely attacking changes that Álvaro Cervera will make later on in the game. Cadiz have, in fact, failed to score in their last two La Liga games, both of them coming at home. A goalless draw against Celta, and a 3-0 defeat midweek against Zinedine Zidane's Real Madrid. Don't want to keep that run going this afternoon. One consolation for them is that Cadiz have scored in each of their last 5 La Liga away games. They haven't done better than that since 1992, when they scored in 8 consecutive games away from the Ramón de Carranza.
So hey guys, if you're new here, don't miss out to hit the like, share and subscribe button, because I do these kind of podcasts occasionally. There are 7 matches left to play in the La Liga for all the teams, mostly. So the action is coming to an end. The season is about to finish. I'll be doing the podcast for all these matches. Then we have the Champions League semi-finals coming up. For that, I'll also be doing the podcast. If you are interested in watching the matches of La Liga, Premier League and Champions League, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel.
Can't keep it in between the white lines. Álvaro Cervera showed clear signs of frustration in the first 45 minutes as things just weren't happening really for his team. Normally, he's a fairly calm and laid-back character, sitting in the dugout. Alcaraz able to lay that one off as Pombo just loses his footing, but is able to lay it off for Espino. At one point in that first 45, Real Valladolid had nearly 70% possession. Such was the dominance really in the first half for Los Pucelanos, as Alejo gives away the foul. Down by the corner flag on Lucas Olaza. Lucas Olaza, who was on loan from Boca Juniors, joined the club in January after spending the first half of the season on loan at Celta de Vigo. Left the side from Galicia after Celta and Boca Juniors failed to reach an agreement over making that move permanent. And Lucas Olaza wanted to finish his season in Spanish football. Real Valladolid, and in fact scored his first goal for the club midweek, saving a point against Elche. The header coming with 5 minutes to play. Michel is now set to take this set piece. All the home side just about to reach the first 5 minutes in this second half. It's chipped over the top. Joaquin tries to get on the end of it. It was a very ambitious play. Definitely something that they probably worked on the training pitch, but just overhit from Michel. Can't find Joaquin. Sergio González just walking up and down the touchline there. As a manager, he's in fact drawn both of his games against Cadiz. His first coming in 2018 in the second tier of Spanish football, followed by the goalless draw in the reverse fixture this season between these two sides. Capo manages to just pick Orellana's pocket. Lays it back yet again for Ledesma. That time though, not the best first touch from Capo. Orellana didn't follow the run himself. Ball drops for Weissman. Here's Michel. for Luis Perez. Ball forward, but El Yamik couldn't get past the veteran Augusto Fernandez. Lozano plays it off for Alejo. Again goes out wide, turns again. Good ball for Augusto, and his pass goes out for a corner. First corner of this second half to go in favour of Cadiz. Pombo set to take. Not much Augusto Fernandez could do in terms of making an effort on target, but the ball, not a bad one. You just see the collision there against the post. As Weissman is helped back up to his feet. Just not sure who it is that's gone to ground. As we see here, it's El Yamik, the centre-back, who trying to clear away that ball, and did just that. Ended up colliding with the post. He'll be able to continue. And now it's Pombo who gives away another foul. Looking to take this one, but as we can see, instantly asking the play to be halted as El Yamik colliding with that shoulder against the woodwork. Lovely ball in behind by Weissman. Kept in on the byline with the cross. Not a very good one. Trying to pick out Orellana, who was unmarked in the box, but Ledesma got there first. His goal kick, very powerful, one of his trademarks really, but no keepers for that pass. Olaza. Orellana with the dummy. Alejo picks out Malbasic. Lozano. Space here. The forward opts to play it out wide again for Alejo. The cross floated in. As Joaquin dealt with it very nicely. Lozano on the edge of the box goes down. Questions of a possible penalty. Play does continue. Ledesma again kicking the ball high up the pitch. Capo back to the keeper. We'll have to have another look at that as Lozano is now back on his feet. The Honduran striker. Capo. So be very careful there with the intense press of Orellana. Actually, the pass is a heavy one. It's Orellana again on the ball. Clip there and going to ground. No doubt there was a foul from Marcos Mauro. Michel asking for a bit more than just a foul. But it doesn't look like Alberola Rojas is going to be taking out the yellow card out of his pocket. This was the claim for a penalty. Didn't see much in that, to be honest. He does continue, so probably not even deemed a possible penalty. But Álvaro Cervera looking to react, and almost instantly, 10 minutes into this second half, Sobrino, Iza and Fali, a triple change set to come on for the Yellow Submarine. We'll see if it's like for like changes or whether there will be possibly a change in formation with Fali coming on, who is an out-and-out centre-back. Yana just losing out in that header. Capo looking to take this throw in that could possibly be one of his final plays of this matchup, as Etha Carcelén, the real #1 right back normally for Cadiz, is set to come on. But again, that could mean a change in formation. We'll see what Álvaro Cervera has up his sleeve. It's been a very slow start to this second half from both sides, to be fair. It seemed in the initial minutes that Cadiz were going to try and get on the front foot, and the changes they're about to make will probably help their case with that, as Alejo tries to get down to the byline. Alejo, his cross comes off Olaza, and he also clips the left back. Marcos André holds off the ball for Orellana. Into space for Luis Perez now. The right back inching forward. Sean Weissman playing the run in behind, but Espino gets there first. It is pulled back. I believe for foul from Weissman. Now the change can be made. This was the attempted cross from Alejo that came off Lucas Olaza. So there we can see one of the changes is Espino, in fact, who's on a yellow card, being replaced by Etha. Augusto is one of the other changes that is made, as well as Pombo. Replaced by Sobrino. So we'll see who is going to play at left back for Cadiz, as their only player on a yellow card as well. Espino has given way. Espino, Augusto Fernandez and Pombo, the three that have come off. Etha, Fali and Sobrino are the three that have come on. It does look like that Fali is taking up that role in midfield, with Acapo moving to left back and Etha to right back. Basic out on the left with Sobrino up front alongside Lozano. A bit more pace as well going forward, but it's Fabian Orellana who picks up the ball. There was a foul in the middle of the park, but they do have possession. Rule of the advantage was given there. Ledesma picks out the cross to deny Weissman possible shot on goal. We can already see in the possession stats much more level in this second half. It was Oscar Plano who was caught on the halfway line. Just about to reach the hour mark now. It's been a poor afternoon overall, really, for Augusto Fernandez, who's been replaced by Fali, former Champions League finalist with Atletico de Madrid. Hasn't had many chances this season, and today couldn't really take advantage of his own as well. That was the foul in the build-up as well in the middle of the park. Fali has played in that midfield role before this season, did so as well last season in La Liga Smartbank. Not so much this campaign, but many positions he can play. Fali, the former Barcelona academy player, instantly shown a yellow card as well for that challenge. Yana and Olaza yet again over the ball. Real Valladolid have to be very careful here, because they weren't able to finish off the game in the first half, and Cadiz are a side that will not give up until the final whistle, as that cross was again picked off by Ledesma. Fali. It's a good ball across the pitch for Alejo. Ether is in support. The right back gets into the box, stays on his feet despite the challenge from Orellana. As well, win another corner. Third corner of the game, 3 apiece as well. This one coming for Cadiz, beg pardon, as it's going to be Ether himself who won the corner to take. Not a bad ball, the header. It's quite far away. Took a deflection as well. Another effort. So we see replay here. Juan Cala going for goal. Possibly coming off his arm as well. That's the questions from the Real Valladolid defense. Another corner coming in now at the front post. Third consecutive corner. El Yami clearing away at the front post. Actually just gone short. It's going to be a throw-in for the visitors. But danger not fully dealt with. And that time Orellana definitely can't keep out another corner. Cala putting his teammates in position there inside the box. Bit of pushing and shoving with Ben Alcaraz. Corner comes in, not dealt with at the edge of the box, and it's crossed over the line. It's Juan Cala who finds the equaliser in the game. He was the one that was organising his teammates in the box. The corner came in, wasn't dealt with on the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's really a very simple finish. Real Valladolid yet again fail to keep a clean sheet at home, but more importantly they're back level in this game. After a very dominant first 45, the shot from Marcos Mauro, the save from Roberto. Juan Cala puts this one over the line. Possible questions there of a handball. As we see the ball down, Juan Cala happy to help it over the line. The Cadiz defender scoring only his 3rd goal of the season. His last goal coming at the Ramón de Carranza in that game against Valencia. Eventually replaced at half-time in that game for that altercation with Mukhtar Diakabi. Marcos Mauro came on in his place and scored the winner in that game. Their back header now from Mauro himself, nearly putting the ball into the back of his own net, and concedes the corner. 25 minutes left to play. It is all square. Guardiola and Mesa are now the 2 changes that Sergio González is preparing to bring on. See who they replace. The ball comes in. Oscar Plano can't get there. More than one player down in the box as well for Valladolid. Rojas as well checking if there is anything to be reviewed in that penalty box as El Yamic went to ground. The ball comes off the back of Alcaraz. And a bit of a high boot from Ether, but I don't believe he actually catches Oscar Plano. Fali, who is also already on a yellow card despite just coming on. Doesn't look like anything has to be looked at inside the penalty area. In the meanwhile, the changes are made. Michel is replaced alongside Marcos Andre. Guardiola will come on for the forward. Roque Mesa will come on in midfield for Valladolid. Like changes by Sergio González. Been a quiet second half for Marcos Andre. Michel himself not had a bad game, but Roque Mesa has featured, as mentioned in the first half, mostly in these last few games. But there we see the attempts. It's 6-1 for Valladolid, and in fact, shots on target is 6-2. Credit to Cadiz for getting themselves back in the game, but they really have scored with their only chance in this second half. Real Valladolid, however, they're yet to create their first clear-cut chance in this second half, but had at least 5 clear-cut chances in the first. Now midway through this second half, and Lozano does very well there on the turn. Played out wide for Alejo. Cadiz on the up as the cross comes in and picked up by Roberto. Cadiz now have definitely taken a step forward. A bit more pace up front with Sobrino as well. Forward on loan from Valencia, joining the club in January. For Valladolid, they've struggled to take their chances, and they've been leaking goals as well. Hence the reason why, coming into this game, they are winless in their last 5 La Liga matches. They've drawn 3 of those and lost the other 2. Have not won since match day 26, when they beat Getafe 2-1 here. And in fact, their last 2 victories in La Liga have both been against Getafe, home and away, but with 2 months apart between one another. And that's been the worrying stat for Real Valladolid. They've only won 5 matches this season, 3 of those coming here at the José Zorrilla. At the moment, letting 2 points slip here. That's into the final 20 minutes of the game. Alcaraz forced to play the ball back to Roberto. Already see as well the press from Cadiz, just a little bit more aggressive compared to the first 45. The best of clearances there by Iza. Throwing for Olaza to take. It's not the first game that Cadiz have managed to win away from home this season. They've picked up quite a few impressive victories, and also they've won 9 games in total this campaign, 5 of those coming away from the Ramón de Carranza. A better record on the road this season. Won 5, and their best number of victories away from home in a single season was 6 back in the 1988-1989 season, as we see the goal from Juan Cala to pull things back level. Again, questions of a handball, but there seemed to be no review, as the arm was at least very close to the body there of Juan Cala. Eventually managed to put that one into the back of the net. Wasn't going to miss from there, but Roberto, not much he could do, surrounded by 3 yellow shirts inside the 6-yard box. And it's 1-1 at the José Zorrilla. Alejo. More clearance from El Yamik. Better from Luis Perez. Carrying the ball forward now, the right back. Crossing into his attacking half. Sean Weissman. Plano. Alcaraz. Wide for Olaza. Good covering there. In defense. Alejo to get to the ball just ahead of Luis Perez, but Valladolid still in possession. Pegging Cadiz back now. Possible foul on Alcaraz, but the play does continue. As Los Pucelanos are still in possession. Roque Mesa. Oscar Plano again on the edge of the box. Thinks about the shot and puts it just wide. Not a bad strike there from the goal scorer. Wearing the captain's armband as well after Michel was replaced by Roque Mesa. Just couldn't get the best effort there, the 30-year-old winger. His effort wide of the target. Much to the regret of his teammate, as we just saw Sergio Guardiola. Brought down nicely. A shot from distance from Malbasic. He thought about it at least. Nearly picking out Sobrino. It's Mesa now for Valladolid. Goes to ground under the challenge. There's a foul. Quickly taken, Alcaraz. Laid off for Olaza, but he is fouled. Sobrino the culprit there. Ferreira definitely not making that many aggressive gestures at his players in this second half. Not really losing his temper that much. His side have definitely improved, but it's not really saying much based on how their first 45 went. Luckily for them, Valladolid did not take their chances, and they scored an equaliser. Orellana again with another heavy set piece. Already the third, to my mind, in this game. Where being on set-piece duty, it's not the best ball into the box. An easy save to make for Jeremías Ledesma. It's a good turn from Sobrino. Fali. Fano. Back again to Sobrino. Alejo. Trying to make the cross come off. Down to the byline, the ball across. Luis Perez heads it away. It's El Yamik, but not the first time this game as well. Failed to make a clear contact with the ball when trying to clear it away at that front post. Olaza has had his work cut out so far this afternoon, trying to deal with those runs in behind from Alejo. You just see there the top speed comparisons as well. Quite a lot of pace down this near side. Final 15 minutes to play at the José Zorrilla. It's 1-1 between Valladolid and Cadiz. Cadiz always mentioned really as one of the sides with possibly the best squad of all the teams at the bottom end of the table, fighting it out to stay in the top flight. Of course, that means nothing if you can't get the points on the board. And in fact, at the moment, with this draw, they are going to stay in the bottom three. And 1 point behind Alaves. They still have a game in hand. They will play midweek, but looking to take advantage of that chance today against Cadiz. Long pass. Trying to pick out Orellana. given really not a rare run out, but has been given quite a lot more than he's used to on the pitch. Normally, after the out mark, he's either brought on or taken off, and 50 minutes left to play here. We'll see if he can complete the 90. Joined with Oscar Plano. He has been Valladolid's best player this afternoon. Despite a few poor set pieces, Roque Mesa under pressure. Lays it off for Joaquin. It's a heavy back pass, but Roberto can keep it in play. Valladolid as well with over 100 passes more made so far compared to Cadiz. Los Porcelanos are now set to make a double change. Yet again, as Codro and Waldo are the two players set to enter the fray. Plano. Joaquin. Caraz really losing out to Alejo. Cadiz now sitting much deeper. Real Valladolid once again back on the front foot in terms of possession, but that's when they have to be very careful of spaces in behind that Cadiz can capitalize on. All over the top, eventually picked up by Ledesma. Good covering from Acapo, who started at right back and has now moved to left back. Eventually the ball does cross the line out for a throw-in. Sergio González a bit angry as the throw-in was a good one in behind for Orellana. The play was pulled back so the change could be made. Sergio had already asked to make the substitution as Lozano still feeling the effects of that one. Just colliding with El Yamic. Yes, indeed, Orellana is one of the players replaced. He goes off for Waldo. And Sean Weissman is the other replacement. Guardiola and Codro will lead the line for these final minutes. That's in fact the striking partnership that Sergio has had to use really in the absence of both Marcos André and Sean Weissman. Weissman had missed out in the last 3 games, specifically before this matchup. Scored in Valladolid's last victory here against Getafe, as Waldo didn't really think about taking the shot. His pass eventually results in the loss of possession. Foul nearly getting on the end of that one. Caraz laying it off for Roque Mesa. Olaza. That's well Yamic again. Does seem now more of a 4-5-1 for Cadiz, with Lozano as the out-and-out forward. Luis Perez chests it down, covered well by Malbasic. Plano. Olaza, Codro makes the run. Acapo takes no risks and clears it away. But that's a poor pass from El Yamic. Heavy first touch as well. Sobrino running forward as Lozano in support and goes down under the challenge from Alcaraz, who is also shown a yellow card. It was the slightest of touches, but it was a foul. And as well, foul stopping Sobrino from really making it a one-on-one against El Yamic. Slightest clip, but as well the push there to the ground. First yellow card of the game for Los Pucelanos. Free kick with Iza Carcelen's name on it, it seems. Roberto setting up his wall. Now into the final 10 minutes. Iza coming on as a second half substitute, 10 minutes into the second 45. Part of a triple change. Up he steps for this free kick. Over the wall and over the bar, but not that far away. Trying to go for placement over power. Not a bad effort, but should have done a bit better to cause any real trouble for Roberto. As we see the attacks from Cadiz in this game, 12 coming down this near right-hand side. Which is the side of Capo in the first half, Ethan the second, as well as Alejo. Alejo as well, just shown a yellow card for that challenge on Olaza. Going for the ball, but does catch the Uruguayan left back with his studs there. Yamek wants to play this one long with Kenan Kodro on as well. A bit more height up front. Sean Weissman definitely a bit more versatile, but Kodro definitely much taller. Yet to score his first goal for Real Valladolid, joined in January on loan from Athletic Club. His one goal this season, a penalty in fact for Los Leones. In the game against Huesca. He's come close on more than one occasion to opening his account for Los Pucelanos. And now really both of these sides looking for a winner. A bit more urgency, you could say, for Real Valladolid as Waldo keeps it in play. Just, but it's a good clean tackle from Alejo. Fouled by Waldo himself. Álvaro Cervera, his side scoring the equalizer with this goal here. He mentioned after the Real Madrid defeat midweek that his side conceded too much in that matchup, despite playing against the current La Liga champions. Was not happy with the performance overall. Probably wasn't very happy with the first 45 here, as Sobrino as well has given a foul in attack. But now at this point in the season, both sides looking to just end the season on a high and achieve their objectives in the final games left to play. After this matchup, 5 games left to play for Cadiz, 6 for Real Valladolid for the end of the season. Olaza's crossing, it's a very good ball to the back post, but Kodro, Sergio Guardiola, could get on the end of it. It's a very good ball indeed. On the left foot, straight out of play though. Final 5 minutes to play plus possible stoppage time at the José Zorrilla. And Álvaro Negredo looks set to come on for the Yellow Submarine. Possibly one final attacking threat for the visitors as they look to turn this game on its head. Jose Mari seems set to come on as well. That will complete Álvaro Cervera's 5 substitutions available to him. Guardiola does well to keep this one in between the white lines. Waldo again loses out to Alejo in defense. Credit to the Cadiz winger there. Iza picks out Lozano. Possible foul by El Yamek. Eventually it is called back by Miss Álvaro La Rojas. To see if Lozano is one of the 2 players coming off. first change is Alejo, who gives way. On comes the veteran and as well Cadiz top goal scorer Álvaro Negredo. Semari will be the other. See who he replaces. Possibly a question of if Lozano can continue or not. Maybe he wasn't set to come off. The other change, however, will be Garrido coming off for Jose Mari. That is a common change, really, that Cervera opts to make normally. And it is now confirmed Alejo is the player that will come off for Negredo. And Lozano will finish the game. It's a poor clearance from Yamik. You could just hear him venting his frustrations there. Sobrino will probably take this place on the right-hand side. Indeed he has, with Negredo now playing up front alongside Lozano. Valladolid expecting a goal kick, but in fact Lozano did very well to win yet another corner for Cadiz. 2 minutes left to play plus stoppage time. It's 1-1 all square. Valladolid over the last few games have been sadly experts in conceding late goals. They scored a late goal midweek, but the last thing they want is to get back to that old trend of conceding goals late on. As the header comes in, as 5 of their last 8 that they've conceded have come in the final 15 minutes of play. Obviously not counting Juan Cala's equaliser. But it's the 7th corner of the match now for Cadiz. The majority of them all coming in this second half. Iza Garcelin with the ball into the box. It's headed away on the edge of the 6-yard area. As Oscar Plano does well to win that battle one-on-one. It's Roque Mesa making the run forward. The pass in behind. Eventually just going wide for Waldo to get on the end of it. The ball in behind, that's a very good pass. Picks out by Sergio Guardiola. And the shot is kept out by Acapo. A last-ditch tackle that he had to make, otherwise Real Valladolid's number 7 would have had the match-winning goal within his sight. It is going to be a corner, however. Final 30 seconds of regular time as Roque Mesa plays in this one. Punched away by Ledesma. Drops for Waldo. Thought about the shot, ends up playing the cross. It wasn't the best choice of a pass. Goal kick for Ledesma. This was the pass from Oscar Plano. It seemed like he was looking for Roque Mesa, but it was Waldo who found a gap in between the defenders. Guardiola just looking at the ball, didn't see the positioning there of Acapo, with his shots eventually blocked by the defender. 3 minutes of stoppage time have been added on. That really is a tackle that is worth at least a point. Had that gone in, Cadiz might have lost the point that at the moment they've got in their pocket. Iza picks up Negredo, held back by El Yamik, and eventually gets the throw in as well. Negredo really looking for another corner, and he doesn't get it, as he took that one. Wasn't able to clip it off the defender. Goal kick for Roberto, and tells his teammates to push high up the pitch. See if there will be a late twist of the tail. As Fali brings it down, Negredo with the ball over the top, Lozano looking to chase. Bringing it down. But the flag, it seems, wasn't about to come up. Missa was fouled, however. Final 90 seconds of the game. And the bounce, an unfriendly one really, as Cordero couldn't bring it down, neither could Waldo. Lozano really has run himself into the ground this afternoon. Hasn't had any chances really drop for him. It's the centre-back Juan Cala that will be the one to rescue a point, who as well scores Cadiz's first goal, in fact in their last 3 games really, because the last goal they scored was a 1-0 win away to Getafe. That was in fact an own goal from David Timor. As for Real Valladolid, they managed to rescue a point midweek, and today it seems that they're going to drop 2 points. As Waldo fouls Fali here. Without doubt, this will probably be the last attack of the game. Fali just getting back up to his feet. Ether looking to play it. Probably won't play it long. In fact, short for Fali. Inching forward the defender, wide for Ether. Down by the corner flag, happy to hold on to possession. The ball doesn't go out, but the final whistle does go there from Alberola Rojas. The points are shared at the José Zorrilla Stadium. It's Real Valladolid 1, Cadiz 1. And Los Pucelanos have to feel like it's 2 points dropped for them today. They had a multitude of chances in the first half, and clear-cut chances as well, to have this game well wrapped up before half-time. The Budweiser King of the Match award is given to Juan Cala, whose goal midway through this second half secures a point for the Yellow Submarine. They are now just 3 points away from their desired 40-point mark. But as for Real Valladolid, as they fail to pick up 3 points and only pick up 1, they will stay in the bottom 3 at least until midweek, when they play their game in hand away at San Mamés against Athletic Club. The final score here is Real Valladolid 1, Cadiz 1. We will be able to hear from a protagonist from either side at the end of this game, as there is a little bit of pushing and shoving there by the tunnel. Some issue happening off the pitch, but it won't change the results over the 90 minutes. Both sets of players just admiring each other there. But still, it's a tough blow for Real Valladolid. They had the game, it seemed, nearly all but one with the chances that they created, but you have to take them in the top flight, and they just didn't do that, and they couldn't keep out Juan Cala's equaliser. And the points are shared at the José Zorrilla. Oscar Plano, we'll hear from now from Real Valladolid. How does this result affect you today? Well, it's another result that we've let slip. I think we were by far the superior side in large chunks of the game. We had more than enough chances to score. We now have to carry on. We're obviously very sad, and we have to go to our next game now. We have to keep fighting to stay in the top flight. What can you say to the fan base after this result? We have to tell them that they have to keep believing. We're going to fight until the final game of the season. We're going to give our all on the pitch. Everyone will fight for the same cause, and their support will always be positive for us. The fan probably today saw two different games really from you, the first half and the second half, two very different halves. What happened to your side to drop the tempo so much in the second half? Well, I'm not sure. I think this has happened to us before in previous games where we've had the result in our favor and eventually ended up not being able to hold on to it. I don't know if it's maybe a problem with mentality and holding on to that result. But we now have to look at our mistakes and carry on. We still have games to turn this around and try and stay in the top flight. You obviously have a game in hand over everyone else. You have to face Athletic Club midweek. Yes. Today it's an annoying day for us, but as of tomorrow we reset yet again, start training hard, and we have to look at ourselves very hard, and we know that we are men and we have to fight until the final game. We have finals left. The words there from Oscar Plano, the goal scorer today for Real Valladolid, clearly disappointing, mentioning that his side really have dropped 2 points today, despite their dominance. And as he mentioned as well, it's not the first time it's happened this season for Los Pucelanos, as now we can hear the words from a capo from Cadiz. Is it a positive point for you? Yes, I think we were by far second best in the first half. And we managed to get back into the game in the second half, really. We turned the game completely on its head. We improved our attitude. We pressed higher up the pitch. And I think it was a fair draw overall. It's a half each, really, for both sides. A good point. This point also helps you breathe a little bit more calmly towards the top end of the table. Yes, I still think we need that final step. We are very close. We want to get it secured as soon as possible with a victory. It depends on other results as well. But today it was a direct opponent and we had to try and win to stay up. We just want to make sure that we don't drop points, really. And we'll make sure that we can stay up. Possibly today was your pride of Cadiz showing, because you made a lot of changes today and you still managed to at least rescue a point despite a very lackluster first half. But you still managed to rescue a point. Yes, of course, it's a week where we've had 3 games and the squad overall is quite tired. And some of us hadn't played that much this season. And I think we struggled a bit in the first half, but we were much better in the second half. And we are a team here. It's not only 11 players, we're 24, 25 of us. And we're all here for the same cause, to try and help the team and help Cadiz stay in La Liga. The words there of a capo, returning to the 11 today. Not a bad performance, in fact, made a last-ditch tackle in the final minutes to make sure that Sergio Guardiola didn't get a late winner for Valladolid. A Real Valladolid side that dropped 2 points after a very dominant first 45 minutes. And with this point, they stay in the bottom 3. It ends here at the José Zorrilla Stadium. Real Valladolid 1, Cadiz 1.